Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're joining me. It must be birthday month because I'm going to share another birthday card. Today we're making a 5x7 card, so it's going to be a larger card base, and we're using a fun collection from Spellbinders. At least two pieces from the collection. It's called Bougie Birthday. We have the Ganache Gateau die set that creates a fabulous cake. Although we're not making chocolate ganache today, we're going to make a strawberry ganache cake. And then I'm also going to be bringing in a greeting from the birthday Shears die set. These are large birthday greetings that will spread across this fabulous cake die set. And so we're going to jump in and get started. I'm also going to be using an older embossing folder for my background. Nothing fancy, I'm just going to emboss a piece of white cardstock to add my background because I want my cake's going to be plenty busy. Trust me, it's going to be a fabulous bougie cake. And so let's start by doing a little bit of die cutting. Okay, for today we're going to create a strawberry cake filled with pinks. And so I picked out several different shades of pink here that we're going to cut out the cookie with. And then we're going to fill the cookie with some off-white. This is alabaster cardstock from Spellbinders. And then I'm also going to create some white flowers and green leaves using another die set from my stash. I just wanted to bring in a few flowers, and also I want to put some candles on my cake, and I'll show you a quick and easy way to make candles. We're going to be using the Little Blooms die set from Spellbinders, just this large flower here. I'm going to cut out with the alabaster cardstock. So we're going to make pink cookies and off-white flowers. So I'm going to do some die cutting, and I'll be right back. I already made several cookies. I made actually 2 of each color, so we have 8 cookies in total. And I wanted to share with you how I made the cookie because it's really easy to put together. You have the top of the cookie, and then you have the base of the cookie. I brought in for all of these, I just used one ink, and this is my PINKFRESH Studio Begonia. And all I did was add a little bit of highlight to the very top of the cookie, and then also to one side of the cookie. And that was all there is to that. I'm going to keep this out because we're actually going to use this for the base of our cake. But to make the cookie, let me bring in my glue. All I'm going to do is add some glue here. There's debossed detail, so you kind of know where to put this first layer. You just add the first layer, add a little more glue, add the middle cookie layer. There's debossed detail on here too, but you just add it to the straight line that's on that first piece. And then you add a little more glue, and you add a little more cookie filling. And then you add a little more glue, and then you can add the cookie top. And then your cookies are all done, and they look fabulous without any calories. And so that is our cookie. So again, we have 8 cookies all together. Okay, these are actually drizzles for our ganache. And all you do to add these is put a little bit of glue where you want it to go. I'm actually going to add a little dot of glue here. And I'm going to tack this, I'm going to tack this here. And then you can trim off anything overhanging from the back side. You can add as much or as little, we're going to call it drizzle, as you want. And maybe a little dot of glue here. And you can cut out as many as you want. But I'm just going to go with 5 today. I'm just going to trim off anything overhanging. And then we have customized ganache drizzle, and that's good to go. I'm going to put this to the side, and I mentioned we're going to do a little bit of ink blending. Now we're going to do a little bit of ink blending. And I'm thinking the larger curve goes on the bottom. So from the bottom, we're going to add some more of that begonia ink, and I'm going to fade up with it. Maybe go on one side. I'm going to go heavy on one side and then kind of fade out. And that's all there is to that. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of ink to the very top of this. This is all going to be covered, but this is optional. Okay, and that's all the ink blending that we're going to do. We'll put this to the side. I'm going to clean off my work surface. Okay, and then we're going to layer this right over the top. Okay, after we have this, we're going to layer some icing on the very bottom. And I'm just going to use my glue for this. We'll tack this down. In our die set, there is an option to alternate colors with this. Looks delicious so far. Okay, after we have this done, we are going to go ahead and add our cookies. And then we can layer this. And then I'm going to tuck a few flowers in here also. So let's use some glue. And basically all we're doing is filling in our cake. And I think that looks delicious. I saved 2 flowers, a leaf, and then one of my cookies for the bottom. But I do want to put my greeting right across the top. And to do my greeting, I'm going to bring in some more of that alabaster cardstock. And we're going to take our birthday cheer sentiment. I'm going to die cut out birthday wishes. And then I'm also going to bring in some glitter cardstock. Now what I'm going to do is do a little bit of tearing with this. And when you cut a piece, you're going to notice if you use the treasured cardstock or the Spellbinders glitter cardstock gold, you're going to want to begin your tear and kind of push along that plastic piece behind it. I do this by cutting it in the back, and then I can continue tearing. I say this because when I tear this, I want the white on here. And sometimes, well, let me do one more. I need actually 2 pieces. Okay, so there's one piece. You can see it has the white on there. Okay, now if I do the other side, well, this one just went so smoothly. Let me go this way. If you try tearing it once more, you see that plastic that's behind it? Just give it a little push with your scissors. Just nip that plastic, and then you'll be able to do a little bit more tearing. Okay, and that's all there is to that. Okay, so I want 2 pieces with the white showing because I'm going to take the birthday and I'm going to die cut half of the birthday out with the glitter. I love doing this for fancy birthday cards. Okay, let me do this. I'll run this through my die cut machine and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I did my die cutting. Let's put this aside. And while I was die cutting, I went through my die set, and using this die, this creates a banner or bunting with some circles that you can add to the top of your cake. But rather than do that, I thought we'd make some candles to go on our cake. So I die cut out 3 sets of these, which are these strips here. Okay, and then I die cut out my birthday wishes. I actually had birthday cheers. I had to switch out the die for wishes, but we made it. And then with those torn pieces of glitter cardstock, you may have 1 piece. I always try to go 1 piece when doing my die cutting. That way I don't lose any of the extra pieces. But I'm just going to punch out anything that doesn't belong. And then I'm going to add a little glue at the very bottom of each one of my greetings. And then I'm going to add a little sparkle at the very bottom of my birthday wishes. I always like to do this with birthday cards. I think it's so festive. And you just tack it down. And it really does add so much to a white die cut. Let me show you. And it fits just like a puzzle piece. How cool is that? Okay, so there's our wishes. For the birthday, you do the same thing. My birthday cut out in 3 pieces. But once you add them all, it'll still look continuous. Okay, and then we have this piece that we add here to the bottom. And then this is the Y. But just tearing that glitter cardstock is so much fun. Look how pretty. Okay, once we have this done, I do want to add a little dimension with the greetings. So I die cut out birthday wishes with my Spellbinders pop-up foam. It likes to, I'm going to keep it in the negative piece because it likes to lose its shape. And then I'm going to punch out all the pieces that don't belong. I put glue on my foam, and then now we're going to add our birthday. I did punch out all those pieces that we didn't need just to make it easier, and so any glue doesn't stick. This is so much easier if you like dimension on your greetings. And then I'll add my wishes. Okay, just give that a good press. So I'll keep this in here for a minute, let that glue set. In the meantime, we're going to make some candles. We're going to make 5 candles. Now, using the same die set we used for our flowers, which is the little blooms, there's a leaf die in here that creates a small leaf. You can see here I die cut out 5 of those with yellow, and those make great candle flames. I'm not going to take, we're going to make 5 candles, so I'll put one back. And all I do is add a little glue behind each one of these, and then I just tack down one of the leaves. Okay, and I'm going to do that to all of these. Okay, in this die set there was 2 different leaves, but just go through your stash, find a flower die set that has some pretty leaves that kind of have that candle wick look, and you can make some instant candles. I'm bringing in a red marker, and we're going to add a little bit of a candle flame on the bottom. And then I'll bring in an orange, and we'll add a little orange here too. And then I'm also going to bring in a yellow. We're going to color in those, kind of blend out the orange and the red. And they look like candle wicks, less like leaves. So those are our long, pretty candles. Now we're going to add our candles to our cake. I think that's going to look pretty. So we're going to flip over this panel. The quickest way to do this is just use the tape runner. I'm using a tape runner from Spellbinders, and it will pick up all of those candles. And then if I want to rearrange them, I can rearrange them. So I have my card base, which is a 5x7. And then I have my embossing folder. This is the Dimensional Diamonds embossing folder. It's a 3D one. I'll link it below if Spellbinders still has it. But for this card, really any kind of embossing folder you have will work in the background, because we're just going to leave it white. I just like a little bit of texture in the background. So I'm going to run this through my die cut machine, and I will be right back. So pretty. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. Oh, that's pretty too. I always do this with this embossing folder. With this embossing folder, both sides look fabulous. But I'm going to use this side today. So I'm going to add some adhesive. And we'll just tack this to the front of our card base. It's about a 1/4 inch border all around. Okay, now we're going to take our cake and we're going to add this. I think I need to shorten my candles just a little bit so we could fit them a little bit better on our 5x7 card. Okay, and then this corner here, we're going to add a cookie and a couple of flowers. Maybe we'll pop up the flower. I think that looks like so much fun. Okay, I am going to bring in some diamond stickles. And I always like to add some diamond stickles to my flames. This is going to take away that etched detail too from the leaves. And then I'm also going to go in the flower centers with my diamond stickles. Add a little sparkle here by keeping it subtle. And that finishes my birthday card today using Spellbinders Bougie birthday collection. I'll leave the entire collection down below and everything that I used today. Have a wonderful day. I hope you liked my project. Thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.